10,000 tick trap. Oh no. Sorry guys, my Stream Deck got updated and I'll have to fix that later. Sorry about that. For some reason it didn't change. Don't know why. Strange. Hmm. 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 Interesting. Give me 1 second here. Sorry about that, Penis. Alright. We're all good. We're all good here. I mean, how professional is that? Setting up your Stream Deck during stream. I mean, that's the kind of production we're running here right now. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Hugh. Roberto from Chile. Day trading. Grawl. Bill Nye. Rima. D Walker. Good morning, guys. Wayne Bicknell. Will Curtis. Good morning, guys. FZen. Sounds like relaxation. Thanks for letting me know I'm muted. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Daywall. Thanks, guys. Got it. I got it. I got it. I was muted. I got it. I got broads in Atlanta. Tucson dope bean and a Fanta. Tucson dope bean and a pandas. That's what I should change it to. Yeah, actually, I just revealed to you all the secrets. Darn it! Too bad I was muted. I can only really say it once. Harja says, Panda, I used your strategy today. I risked it $59 for 150k account, made 9,800 in a second. Let's go, baby. Hopefully, you guys was able to take advantage of this huge bar here. And yeah, I mean, jeez, this is like what I said, an account maker or breaking news event. CPI numbers, and this one candle. How big is this one candle? This candle was 40 points large. Insane range for this one candle, and that's only in 2,000 ticks. So you probably finish it in faster than 1 second, maybe in like 1 millisecond even. And so I mentioned if you want to pass your evals, that you can do that in one trade. It's about 50-50 chance. One thing about this one is that, you know, I think more than 50-50, it was probably leaning towards the downside because it happened at the top of a trading range on a 10,000 tick chart. And what actually happened, came back down to test bottom trading range. It's coming back up now. So you had some hints of what idea was going to go. Plus it was like floating upwards. So this is actually a bearish pattern here. Kind of creating a wedge going to the upside. Hopefully you guys are taking advantage of that. And the nice thing is that there was a 80% off coupon promo BBM80 to try to take a risk like this. I mean, the risk is very small in terms of your own personal capital. You're talking about like one eval, and it costs like 50 some, like, and that's one of the higher end ones, 150K and above. I think they're like the higher end eval amounts. So Iron Cruz says, yesterday, it doesn't matter, Iron Cruz. I mean, you already won yesterday. He said, coming home from work and DoorDash person dropped off steak and king crab legs at my door. Wrong address, but I took it anyways. Goodness gracious. I mean, what a treat. What a treat. L Jimmy says, trade evals like a boss, PAs like a little beach, like the sandy beach. I guess it's not technically not cussing. Not knocking, I do the same thing. That is 100% true though. I mean, the reason why you do that is because here I'm fully expecting to blow my count or make my count. When it comes to PAs, I'm trying to trade it legitimately, so it's very different. I'm not saying this is a good strategy to make money. I'm saying this is a 50-50 chance to pass your eval, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't not recommend to trade that as a PA count. That is false. I would recommend to trade this trap trade on your PA, A, B, C, and then this trap trade. I would recommend that. That's a nice little swing, and maybe the second entry long even here. It's also a nice little swing here. So I'll recommend those, but not the actual news. Not for your PAs. The market has gotten very choppy after CPI news. I don't even know what the CPI news said, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, huge push down. It's coming right back up. So regardless of what it says, the price action is what matters. If the news really mattered, then, you know, if it was bad, it'll go down and it'll keep going down. I mean, but if it goes down and back up, like, what does it mean for the news? It doesn't mean anything other than price action is king here. I'm trying to chart this a little more accurately here. I'm gonna draw a channel, a little more accurate channels here. Okay, maybe spiking channel. This is what fits best for me right now. And now we're going sideways, kind of in this box here, trading range. But notice the 20 EMA. We're staying above the 20 EMA here, so we could be leaning towards another push up here. Hard for me to tell overall, to be honest. I'm not sure what's happening. If anything, it feels a little choppy and indecisive. Sounds like Realization asks, do you go over ATMs to catch moves like that in the indicator for ultimate or for deluxe, or is that Panda Perk? Not entirely sure what you're asking, but there is no. If you're asking for automated strategies, I'm not sure what you're asking. Sorry. I can go over to ATMs right now. You said an ATM here. It's just pure math. For instance, if you're trying to pass a 300K account, if you trade 35 contracts, max contracts, how many points do you need in order to pass your 300K account? For instance, for this setup here, if you're okay with a 50-50 trade and on news, you're just, I think it's going to go down, and then you sell it, how many points do you need in order to pass your account with 35 contracts for the 300K account? 300K account. Yeah, interesting. The 300K account is you need 20,000 points or $20,000 to pass. And so, you divide 20,000 divided by 35, and then you divide that by 50, and you get like around like 11 point something. So you can round it up to let's just say essentially you need 12 points to pass. So you just have 12 points here, and max contracts 300K, and boom, you pass that 300K account. It's as simple as that. I'm not saying it's simple as in you can it's like a guaranteed way to your pass, but simple as the ways to do it is very simple. Figure out what direction it's gonna go. That's the hard part. Second entry long does trigger here, as you can see with the dark green number here. That means the second entry long. You can count it yourself. 1, 2. You can see the numbers up here. 1 and 2 means this 2 pushes down. That's how the indicator works. And so the opposite side is color coded to show. So a lot of people think the numbers is the entry, but the numbers are actually the pullbacks. The color is the entry. So dark red, dark green numbers are entries, are the number entry. It is. So we have a second entry long here. Actually, I'll reload my historical. Market's about to open 30 seconds here. Peter, you're on 623, correct? By the way, pandas, you should all be on 623 right now. No one should be on 323. Unless you're a madman. I'm reloading my historical. After news, it's good to reload historical. Because there's a lot of like, I guess, disconnect between your local and the servers. Market just opened, but man, I see nothing. Nothing's happened. Chart's gonna freeze for a few seconds here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Let me say good morning to a couple of my pandas here. Wayne Bicknell, David Wall, welcome. Iron Cruz, Carl Herman from Asheville, welcome, guys. El Jimmy Jimmy, more Peter Cho, Lauren Turtle, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Savitar, Tyler, good morning, guys. Thanks for joining. I'd like to give a shout out to the pandas who support me. They put their money where their mouths is, where their mouth's at. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. If you, I understand if you're not in a place to support this channel financially, I get it. But you can at least scalp that like button. Let's go, baby. All right. Still choppy to me, uncertain what direction the market's gonna go. The 10,000 tick chart looks very unhealthy, as in doesn't look like a strong uptrend, to be honest. 5-minute chart just began, pretty much at the 240 SMA. Okay, it's not a trade I would take, but that is a second entry short Pikachu trade. Someone asked about traps. What makes a trap a trap? How do you trade traps? And what is a trap? Simply, the trap is, well, before you know what a trap is, you need to know what's trapping. And in order to do that, you need to know what a second entry. Let's just start with second entry longs. What second entries are. Second entries are the entries after two-leg pullbacks. So you have two legs down. So typically the market's going up. You have two legs down and the market goes up. And we call this a second entry, as in this is a first pullback, first entry, second pullback goes down. And then we call this, after the second pullback, a second entry. Basically, it's a second entry of this move up. Right? You're going to skip the first entry because the second entry is a higher probability trade. But the trap is the second entry triggers, but it makes less than a scalper's profit, or depends on how loose you want to be with your definition. To me, as long as it's not really above, this pivot high here, I feel like this could really just be a trap, and then it reverses, and now you trapped your traders who wanted to go in the second entry long, but realize that fails, and you want to go on the other side. So that is what a trap is. Or trap is Michael Chin taking your money. Either way you want to see it, they're both accurate statements. Interesting that we have a trading range here this entire way up on the 2000 tick chart. Usually when the trading range drags up like that, typically, it comes back down, but who knows? Who knows? So for instance here, you have this downtrend and you have two legs up. First leg up, right? First pullback, first entry. Second pullback, second entry short. That fails and reverses. So that's why you see this magenta box around this number. This magenta box shows you all the traps that had happened on the chart. So that's why the indicator is nice, because it's difficult sometimes just to quickly identify all the traps, and you can quickly see how reliable they are, right? The trap near the 20 MA is more reliable than the trap that is far away from 20 MA. Okay. I'm just unsure what's happening here. I just feel like this is not tradable price action at the moment, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate, because I want to make some bamboo. John Lee says, Happy Pi Day, Panda. Can you buy me 2,300K evals and I give you $3.14? Nah. Nah. But I will give you a promo BVM80 for 80% off. What is this? Second inch short for me here. Not one I'm interested in. It's above 20 May. We're not in a downtrend either. Clearly an uptrend. Goodness. No idea. Truly confusing here. If I can get any like solid moves. Second entry long here. Do I like it? Not really. Not really. I'm just unsure. I mean, it looks like an uptrend though. It looks like an uptrend, but it's just floating. 1, 2, 3, 4 overlapping bars in a row. I'm definitely not taking this long. Even though it can make a scalp, I just can't take it. I just cannot take this. Is just, I have more dignity than this, you know? I'm thinking me better setup than that. What were the CPI numbers? Inflation actually rose. Goodness, inflation actually rose 0.4%. What? That's wild. That's wild. Inflation actually rose. The Fed is in a tricky spot. I'll just say that right now. The Fed is in a tricky spot. Why? Why? Because the cure for one thing is the poison for another. The cure for one thing is a poison for another. That's basically the situation they have found themselves in. I mean, everyone knows about Silicon Valley Bank. Everyone knows about it. Well, not everybody, but if you don't know about it, basically, Silicon Valley Bank, it's a regional bank. It's not a national bank. So it's not like Bank of America, Citibank. It's regional to Silicon Valley. But they became insolvent, and people wanted their money, and they said they're tied up in some terrible assets, or not terrible assets, but assets that it's not like they were even doing anything terrible. They were kind of doing the thing that they should have been doing, but because the Fed kept raising interest rates, that put them in this really bad position, let's say, and they could not, and they were insolvent. They could not give their clients their money back.
$10,000 tick trap.
See what it says. 6.4 was previous reading. Came in today at 6 versus consensus of 6. Okay. Oh, okay. So when it says consumer price index rises by 0.4, increased by 0.4, I guess that means it's going down. Oh, I see. Increased 0.4%, seasonally adjusted, and rose 6% year over year, not seasonally adjusted. Okay. It's like I mentioned, like they're finding themselves in a tricky spot because the banks, because they're insolvent. What news did they release? It's weird that they released news on Sunday. They mentioned especially when it comes to financial news. Obviously, I personally think it's the futures market. They didn't want it to crash, so you release it on Sunday instead of Monday. If you guys don't know, the futures market is open on Sunday, starting from 6 p.m. And yeah, they released the news that the federal government, the FDIC, has taken over Silicon Valley Bank, and they are going to secure everyone's deposits. As in, they're going to make all the customers whole. What does that mean? That means that
10,000 tick
we're
trap.
entering into quantitative easing policies. We're starting to ease our financial policies at a time where we have high inflation. And the problem is that to get rid of inflation, you have to tighten. To do quantitative tightening, you have to sell bonds. You have to, unload your balance sheet. You have to basically raise interest rates. A lot of tools, they'll call it. The Fed will call it tools. And the thing is, the cure for one is the poison for the other. So when you have banks that are becoming insolvent because the Fed keeps raising interest rates, it's just it's to fight inflation, you gotta kill the financial institutions, especially if they're highly leveraged in bonds. The FDIC is only supposed to insure $250K of your money, but the people at Silicon Valley Bank had way more than $250K, but they're gonna make them whole. They're supposed to be venture capitalists, so you're talking about maybe billions of dollars.
$10,000 tick trap.
G Super says, I don't understand why anyone would have more than 250K in any one bank account. Yeah, I guess. If you know that FDIC only insures 250K. It's good to spread it across multiple banks. What kind of scares me is that when your bank sends you an email saying, don't worry, we know there's news about Silicon Valley Bank, but you can trust us. You know, I feel like that to me actually makes me more worried. I'm like, oh, I wasn't thinking about it, but now I'm thinking about it. It's just wacky price action. I'm not touching this. It's one of those days. It might be one of those days I don't take any trades during stream. If it keeps chopping around like this, no matter what the price action is, or no matter what setup happens, it's hard for me to rely on it. It's not reliable. Very interesting. We're continuing to push higher here. We are on the daily chart about to break the previous day's high. And I mean, if this is a accurate channel, we could have a kind of a break of trend type situation to new low, or undershoot, maybe leading to an overshoot. Price action wise, this is a little difficult to read, but also yeah, this huge trend line, huge channel that broke out, and then now we're coming back in. And the problem is with this is that we were supposed to bounce on the retest, but instead of bouncing, we're breaking back into the channel, making things confusing, making things most likely turn to trading range. Which what it seems like here. Jeez. Real hard to tell what's gonna happen here. We're gonna stick to the smaller time frames though, but I mean, certainly this looks like an uptrend, spike and channel type situation. The problem is with the channel, it's kind of hard to know how to draw this channel. In the beginning, it was like this, and now we have multiple pushes up. Okay, deep pullback. It might be a reversal even. Let's see if we make a moving average gap here. Make a break a trend to new high here. Not sure. It's difficult to say the least. But when you have a strong uptrend like this, you know, you're not really looking for reversals. You're trying to look for continuations. You have an overshoot perhaps, maybe leading to undershoot. Moving average gap here. What do I mean by moving average gap? What I mean is that there's a gap between, right, if you're underneath the bars, underneath the 20 MA, there's a gap between the high of a bar and the 20 MA. There's a gap here showing the weakening of this uptrend. You need space between those. Confusing for me. Would I take a trap trade here? I'm tempted, but still okay. Okay, doesn't matter. The market's gonna just go. No entries. Does not care. The market says you just need to enter long or short randomly anywhere. That's the only way you make money today. Ooh, trap trade here, perhaps. Maybe, I mean, I'm thinking overshoot, maybe lean to undershoot. That's my feeling here, but it's tough. I'm not taking any trades here. Am I playing music in the background? I thought I was. Is the music not playing? Oh. Oh, okay, you know what happened when I was messing around with sorry, there it is. Trap trade does trigger here, but like I mentioned, it's a little hard to take. It's very confusing. Especially if the uptrend like this and we're kind of bouncing off this trend line. Hard to go short, especially with a signal bar like this. But yeah, when I was messing with my stream deck, I must have muted the entire system here. Second entry short. Forming here, perhaps. Do I like the second entry short here? Not really. I don't know what to like here. Is that too loud now? Second entry short. I don't know. This is tough. The main reason being is because we're coming off this trend line here. But I can totally see a overshoot to an undershoot happening, so this could actually have a nice push down here. Okay, does scalp out. It's confusing. I just don't like this price action. I just feel like it's, you know, I don't really feel like a downtrend really is established here. And well, we made that new low, like I mentioned. Undershoot starting to happen. Those are all things that I felt like could have happened, but not at high enough confidence where I felt like I could risk my money on that trade. AJ Davis asks, "Are you on March or June contracts?" Everyone should be on June contract right now, unless you're crazy, unless you want live on the edge and trade the old contract with lower volume. But I believe everyone should be on the 623. Oh, is it too loud? Yeah, I just wanted to like blow up your eardrums. By the way, if you guys don't know, there is a promo going on right now. 7 days left. It's going to end next Tuesday, BBM 80. And especially for those who like to try to pass their accounts within like the 7 days, it's nice. It's nice because you can be, you know, slightly aggressive and open more accounts because they're so cheap. They're so cheap. It's almost worth it. And so, in my opinion, I think this is the time. You know, if you want to take risks, it's the time. Especially if you want to just pass your evals. Look at this choppiness. I have no idea what's going on here. Someone in the Rockies asked, "Do you consider news this morning good or bad? Thanks for the markets." That was too low. All right. Here. Do I think the news is good or bad? I think I don't know. It depends on your definition of good and bad. Bad being anything that may lead to recession, then And the thing is like, is recession necessarily that bad? Almost feels necessary sometimes, right? Because you get lower prices on things, right? You stop inflation. Like that's the cure for high inflation. It's a recession. Yeah, so I understand it's bad for the short term and bad, really bad for people in certain tax bracket. But I would say overall, probably better to go through a recession. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is actually hyperinflation, stagflation. That's the worst. That's when everyone gets hurt. If you're poor or rich, doesn't matter. Like, I mean, in a sense, recession or hyperinflation, that's going to affect poor people more than anyone else. Right? People in poverty, it's going to affect them the most, regardless. I don't know. Do you think the tides have changed here, pandas? Do you feel like we may be in a downtrend, or do you think we may come back up here? Currently, yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to poise myself, no matter what, to be in a position where I'm hedged. And so I feel like I'm, hedged either way, recession or not. I feel like I'm hedged here. So. Still, the price action's messy here. We got a second entry short, but man, it's an awful looking setup. I'll just say that. I mean, this is a second entry short forming here, but it is looking ugly. Quite ugly, in fact. Especially the fact we broke this channel and came back into it. So, it's confusing. This price action is just not it. I'm not blaming the price action for like my losses or anything. I'm just saying the price action is just very difficult to trade, and feeling confident any setup here. I mean, I haven't gone to any trades, but I'm just saying that I recognize that this price action is very difficult to trade. Second entry long on the 10,000 tick chart. Trap trade. I don't know. Trap to the upside here. It makes sense. It makes sense, pandas. It almost makes sense here. Did I copy my trades? It makes sense. I mean, you got to break a trend to new low, and then you got trap trade on this uptrend, and so I'm gonna attempt it here, but I just don't feel good about any trades in this area, to be honest. Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. I really didn't feel like that this was a trade. I almost want to reverse it at this point. Almost want to reverse it at this point, if it does happen. Just kidding. I'm gonna hold it. Maybe I should keep my break even. I almost still want to reverse it if it does fail here. Darn. I just don't like this failure here at all. If we get a reversal here, I'm going to take the reversal. I rarely do this, and you're going to see why, because I'm probably going to lose both sides. But I rarely do this, and I'm just going to do it this time. I rarely do it. And this is exactly why I don't do it. And the one time I do it, it's going to bite me in the butt like crazy. I rarely do this because I hate back-to-back losses. And if I have to do this, I feel like I'm just like, I'm just not reading it correctly. The one thing I know for sure is that this price action is not it. And yeah, I already knew that this was, yeah, I'm going to stop that here. I didn't hold my original stop loss, and I tried to reverse it thinking this failed trap may actually push us down hard, but most likely going to lose both these trades. Yeah, see, that's why I don't reverse my trades, pandas. It does work out actually on the upside. Oh, I should just came out break even. Pandas. Yeah, I already know this price action is not it. I have terrible time trading price action like this. But at the end, it does prevail. You know, you got the break of trend to new low. Then you got this super choppiness and trap to the upside. It does work out actually. And this is why I don't reverse my trades. People may wonder why I don't reverse my trades. And this is exactly why. Because if I already messed up, I feel like to change my premise so quickly, I just don't. It just doesn't work out. I mean, I've seen it work out so many times, but those are all false positives, and so I thought maybe I can capture a big move if I do get the reversal here. But I mean, see, this is big pain now. It's like I'm down 1,500, and because I try to reverse my trade here. Also trading much larger than I typically do. I'm trading 5 contracts. We need to get this. We need to get this eval rolling here. Yeah, I hate reversing trades. That's exactly why. So if you ever wonder why don't you just reverse your trade, Panda, this is exactly why. Yeah, and I don't know why I even did it there, to be honest. Big pain now. So, I mean, it's not that large relative to how many contracts I'm trading. It's just 2 losses. But, you know, typically you got to, like, win about, you know, 4 trades in a row now to make up the loss. So, Yeah, I'm upping the amount of contracts I'm trading just because I feel like we need to get this. We need to get this account kind of rolling here. It's been too long, and you know, we're gonna try to do something because it's just gonna take way too long to trade, in my opinion. I want to get this to a PA account, and once it's a PA account, then we can trade it much more slowly. But to get the eval done, like, it's just taking too long. So, man, oh man, oh man, reversing your trades and all this chop, kick my butt, it's kicking my tail. Second entry long, I'm just not interested. I don't know. It's just too choppy. I'm gonna sit on my pause here for a while. For me, what I typically would be more comfortable with instead of reversing my trade is just come out break even if I get the chance to, and enter again if I still like the setup, if I still think my premise is true. Here I reverse my trade thinking, okay, you know, it's gonna fail trap, reverse on me, and it ends up just being, it was just too choppy. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a bad place to even enter this first trade. You know, really bad to enter that second trade here. This is above the 20 MA, hard to trade anything here, but it's still choppy, right? You got very overlapping bars here. Ends up working out for a second entry long. Not yet, but it seems like it will. Creating a double top here. Oh, I spoke too soon. Gotta let the candle finish. It actually doesn't scalp you out yet. But way too choppy, way too many overlapping bars here. And you're thinking that's going to continue. That's rough. That is truly rough here. Maybe I'll take a trap trade here. Fails like entry long. I mean, it's a good looking like place where you want to take it. Basically got a double top at this point, and I'm looking for a fails like entry long here to go short. But the thing is, like, the setup, I'll be lucky if the setup actually forms. Setup doesn't even form, just keeps pushing down. So it happens without me, this move. I would love to have the fail second entry long in this area. A, B, C, and, like, you know, create second entry long here, fails, reverses. Now the risk is huge if I can take a short here. If this does trigger. It doesn't even trigger the second entry long, not yet. It needs to go even one tick. It needs to get just one tick above the previous candle's high. That will reverse, right, this move. But we can't even get that one tick. And we watch this go without us if it does keep pushing down. Bars still feel overlapping to me. You know, you got 3 bars overlapping here. Goodness. Bottom of the trading range on the trading range indicator. You can see this red line, green line. I did not draw these lines. These lines were automatically drawn with the indicator. It still looks so choppy. You know, even though there's some movement here, it still is overlapping bars. It's actually crazy. Now we got the trap trade. After a strong bull bar. If it's too far down, I don't want to take it. It's ugly looking. It's just ugly looking setup. Right, this wick here, this just doesn't look good. I actually like it to push up a little bit more before I enter this. Now I wouldn't mind so much. I actually would like this more. It's a pretty strong bull bar here. I'm gonna take this short. Mainly because we got a double top here. Double top forming, trap trade, and good signal bar now. Doesn't yet trigger. All right, we're at the 20 EMA here. Okay, keeps pushing higher. It's not looking good anymore. That's not what you want to see, right? Now, if anything, it just seems choppy. In fact, it looks bullish at this point. Way above 20 EMA now. Gonna cancel that trade. It was a nice setup up to this point, and then printed this strong bull bar. So I'm letting it go. No setups whatsoever. I'm just watching this. Notice on the 5-minute chart, it's a wacky looking setup, but it's a second entry long. A, B, C, second entry long, like floating above in the air. I'm not gonna take this, but that is a second entry long, and it's about a trigger on the 5-minute chart. Trading range price action today, and it is what it is. Trading range price action means far little, just not that many setups. And hard to read, difficult to read. Continuously reversing. Goes down, reverses, goes up, reverses, goes down, reverses. Just reverses, reverses, reverses. Hard to time the reverses if you're trying to enter this trade. My 5-minute data, there's a gap here because I only marked the regular trading hours. I don't like having the price action affect my MAs here when the volume is too low in the extended hours. Second entry long does trigger on the 5-minute. Got second entry short here. Huh. okay. I don't know. I guess I can go short here, but hard to trade against the 20 EMA here. I like a lower high setup if I have to go short. The problem is a lower high setup just means that it'll create a two-leggy second entry long. Inside bar. Again, confusion. Just terrible price action for this strategy, in my opinion. Looking for a lower high. Like, I wouldn't just go short here. I would need a lower high setup. I would need something to give me a little more evidence that we could push down here. It could be a big triangle as well forming. Notice on 10,000 tick chart, it's using the 20 EMA as support. Triangle is easier to see on the 10,000 tick chart. Strategy works, yeah, but this is a difficult price action to use a strategy. The two-legged pullback is best during trend days or large trading ranges. In general, when you have like trading ranges like this, it's just any strategy would probably have a hard time unless it's like tailor-made to this kind of market cycle.
Five-minute trap.
Trap on the 5-minute chart. I guess I'll take a fail second entry long here. I just don't know. Praying for a trap here. I'm gonna go double position here because I'm also trading on the 5-minute chart as well. It's a terrible signal bar now for the picture trade. Wick test. Going back into the wick. Usually means continuation. Completely reading this wrong right now. This is very difficult for me. It's just too difficult. I'll be risking a lot here. I was thinking about taking the trade also on the 5 minute. Plenty of room back to the 20 MA. So I wasn't doubling my position on this, on just this one, but if you look at the 5 minute chart, it was setting up itself a Pikachu trade with a failed second entry long, and it almost reversed here. I was thinking we can come back down to 20 MA here easily. Problem is the 10,000 tick chart is clearly above the 20 MA and using it as support, clearly. So now I got strong bull bars, maybe make a new high of day. Whoo-wee. Tough. This is tough. Hey, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing better than me. I know I'm down a lot, but it's because I'm trading larger. Trap trade. I'm not interested in too far 20 MA. The only thing that it has going for you is a 10,000 tick chart strong bull bar ending on its high. Oh, might trigger big mama here. Huh. Am I looking for a big mama trade here? I don't know. Do I really want a big mama here? Looks like a trading range. Big wicks. Lace Noise says, if we break the yesterday, yep, it's a second entry long, 2 pushes down, A, B, C, second entry long. That'd be nice if we could trigger it during stream, but not sure. What if I kept it? What if I made the trade, like set up my position during stream, and then it counts if it happens off stream because I set it up during stream. What about that? Trap triggers here. Pretty strong bull bar. Trap triggers not looking too good. You never want your trade to reverse ever. Okay. You can come out break even by then. Is this getting too choppy? Too much overlap here. So basically I try to probably come up break even. And have, you know, I can bypass all of this heartache, all this stress here. I really don't like this price action. But you know what? It seems like you guys are enjoying it. You guys are doing better than me. You know, even if you're flat right now, you're doing better than me. But It seems like 82% of you guys are doing better than I am, so congratulations. Hope you feel great about yourselves. Got a bottom. This is way too choppy. But timing wise, this is better timing than entering here. This is better time to go long. Second entry long maybe here. Still don't know. Could be like a break a trend. To new high. Tequila Tuesday. Nah, the Whiskey Wednesday. Tomorrow is Whiskey Wednesday. We do have news tomorrow as well. Let's take a look at it. Wow, this market does absolutely nothing. Except take my money. Take my bamboo away. Tomorrow is PPI. And again, that's 8:30. Is it going to be a count maker breaker type trade? PPI could. Definitely could. Wouldn't be surprised if it did. But no, personally, I don't know if I would do it. And then we have news Friday. That's at 10 o'clock, so at least that'll happen during stream, which would be nice. Maybe I could do a news trade during stream. See what happens. Yusuf says, what about the SVB collapse? What are your thoughts on SVB? Do you think there's going to be contagion? SVB fails, so all the other banks will start to fail? How many contracts should we trade here? $20 contracts. $20 contracts on the eval here. It's an eval, pandas. Don't forget, if it's your own money, definitely don't be trading 20 contracts like this. I want to pass this eval. My patience is running low. And you guys watched the Oscars the other day? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, or whatever the title is. I got so many awards. I thought the movie was... I thought it was pretty good. It's very artistic. Hit a lot of good, values. No, this is a big mama trade. I'm not going for broke. This is a big mama. This is the reason why I'm doing this. There's a reason to the madness. Second entry long on the daily chart. Nobody got slapped. They should make that like a segment every year. Someone gets slapped. It's the only reason why I actually watched, well, only that portion of the Oscars. But the only, actually, that's how I found out. I didn't even know the Oscars happened until I heard about the slap. I was like, oh, there was a slap, all right. Oh, the Oscars. This is terrible price action. We got nothing going on here, truly. And it's very painful. Just slowly grinding up here. Another trap triggers here. Jonathan says, Panda, a twist on your whiskey challenge. For every winner, you take a shot. I actually may drink. The chances of me drinking may be way less if I do it that way. Maybe I'll do it like every 100. Every 100, I'll take a sip. Or every 100, I double it. They've all taken this big mama. The tricky thing is, if you have an eval that's about to get busted, the big mamas are harder to take because it's kind of hard to. You might not have the full threshold, the proper threshold to take the trade. I'm just watching this, man. This is just, again, terrible price action, so there's nothing I can do about this. Just gotta watch this. Gotta let this go. If I ever, like, the thing is about TVs is, like, big TVs are so cheap. Not so cheap, but, you know, you can get, like, an 85-inch TV when before that used to be, like, absurd, but now it's, like, it's very obtainable to get, like, an 85-incher. And, but if I were ever to make, like, a home theater, I'd probably get, like, a short, what's it called? Short range, short throw projector, like a laser projector. I think like they've really upped the technology and the laser like projecting, and they have like a special screen that balances light better. And I saw a video about it and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, this is what I would probably do if I would like to do like a home theater system, but not right now. This is man, hey, at least we're together. At least we have community. Community. At least we have community to watch this. I mean, how amazing it is that we have people all around the world to watch this super slow grind up and take no trades possible. It's just one of those this is hard to explain. It's just torture, maybe? That's a good way to explain it. Just a slow grind, torturous move up here. Maybe we'll hit Big Mama. That'd be nice. If we hit Big Mama within the next, like, 8 minutes, that'd be nice. We are united for one purpose, to watch this paint dry. Sounds like relaxation. Please explain your Big Mama setup. Big Mama is a setup on the daily chart. It's a second entry long daily chart. And when it triggers, we're going to take a scalp off a daily setup. And it will be for a 2-point scalp. Let's see if we can get a runner. And with a 5-point stop loss. And with a 5-point stop loss with 20 contracts, that's $5,000. So I could bust this account here. It could be possible. But hopefully I won't. Look at the 5-minute chart. It's just little teeny like candles grinding up. 10,000 tick chart. So, bandits, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? All right. Well, what's any good movies out there? Any good TV shows you guys been watching? I've been watching Last of Us. I haven't watched the final episode yet. I think it's pretty good actually. Last of Us. The acting, I think, the main character, what's his name? Pedro Pascal. I haven't watched the last episode. Do not ruin anything. If you guys say anything about it, I'm gonna be mad. But Pedro Pascal, man, his acting was just peak acting. I mean, he single-handedly carried the series. I've never played the game. I don't know. I just find that Ellie in the show is so annoying. Is she that annoying in the game as well? Like, I really find her almost intolerable in the show. Like, I cannot stand her, actually. Every time she... It's not even... Anytime she talks, or anytime I just, like, see her, I just feel like... It's like, I can't... Yeah, I don't think her acting is good. I just don't think, like, But... Okay, so is she just that annoying also in the game? If that's the case, then all right. At least they're sticking to the source. Slowest grind up ever in the history of the futures. I don't know. I don't know, Panda. I don't know what's happening here. What is this? This is almost as intolerable as Ellie in The Walking, or not The Walking Dead. The Last of Us. Second entry long. Do I like it? It's just such terrible price action. I don't like anything here. This chart is the last. It is the hunger. It is. It's The Walking Dead, truly. Okay, I want to see the second entry long. See what happens here. And yeah, I want to keep this trade up though, even off stream, just cause hey, it counts. I set it up during stream. It counts if it triggers off stream, cause you guys all see the trade. You guys all see what I'm doing here. Now we'll keep it up here. Yeah, this is painful. This is actually painful. I want to see the second entry long trigger and see what happens after it triggers. Okay, triggers. Let's see if we get a scalp here. This is wild. When I say wild, I mean this is just boring. Just nothing. Ugh. Darn. I have to redo my entire stream deck here. Alright, it's floating up. Second entry long. It might work out. Just want to see it if it does work out. Still hasn't scalped out yet. Scalps at one point if that's what you go for. Scalps out. Let's see if there's a final push up here. I'll stay until 1050. And if we're like close, then maybe I'll let it trigger. But still like 5 points away. And the rate that this is going up is so slow. This could be another 30 minutes before it gets up here. Yeah, it did well. In the next hour, really, who knows? So slow. It's like, am I on the wrong contract or something? I don't even know. That's what it feels like. Volume must be just atrocious right now. Come on, Big Mama. Am I trading corn? Big Mama about to trigger here. It's torture. Actually torture here. What is this? Whew. Are you guys seeing what I'm saying? I don't know. You guys enjoy this? You guys enjoying this market? It's the kind of market you guys like to trade. I mean, that second entry long does work out in the uptrend, so. I guess I could have taken it. I don't know. Alright, it's reversing here. Let's see if we get another push up. If we get another bar that goes to the downside, I'm going to end the stream. Whoa, I kind of want to stay on. If we're going to hit Big Mama, I'd like to get it on stream, but man, this is pushing it. Should I stay till 11? Stay till 11. 8 more minutes. If you get the like count to, nah. It's not enough time. Okay, guys, second push up here. Oh my, this is so... This is... This is like when you literally just get up and don't even look at your computer. Turn on a movie. Turn on your favorite anime. Wow. I legitimately, this is torture. This is like what you would make your kid do to punish him. Stare at the screen. Stare at this slowly forming these candles. People coming with advice on how to manage the evals. I hope you guys understand this is an eval. Pushing down. Okay, if we get one push up here. Trap may trigger. About 4 more minutes until my computer blows up and the stream ends. Wow. Is the volume like 1,000 or something today? This is insane. Three more minutes. So this panda says, hey, pandas. BBM80. Make sure to take advantage of it while it lasts. I mean, this is the time. If you want to pass the evals, this is the time to do it. I mean, you can collect 50K accounts for $30 a pop. It's insane. Okay, this is going down now. I'm pretty sure this is not going to trigger by 11. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. One and a half minutes. I don't think it's happening. We are getting further and further away from this. Jonathan asks, what do you need to pass eval? I mentioned earlier, but there was a news trade that you could have passed all your evals in one trade, and basically any eval you could have passed with that one single candle on news. Quite a push down. Cool. Very cool. Well, you know, that's why we wait for the setup to trigger. You don't go in early. You just let it happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You move on in the next trade. And that's it. It is what it is. Quite a strong move down. 10,000 tick chart. We're still above the 20 MA. About to test the 20 MA here. The 5-minute chart, there's a 99.9999% chance it will sooner or later touch the 20 MA on the 5-minute chart. Either it'll go down to it, stay here, and it'll come up to it. Either one, it will happen, like with a very high chance of probability. Alright, pandas. Hey, tomorrow I'll see you guys 9 o'clock for the pre-market show, 9:15 for the mainstream, and we do have news tomorrow. There's PPI numbers, so please be aware at 8:30 a.m. And don't be caught off guard. If you want to trade that, just know that you're in it. You know, you don't want to be in a trade and realize, you know, your accounts are all blown because you didn't know that there was news. So please be aware of that. And we're down kind of big today, but we're gonna keep this big mama up, and hopefully we can trigger it sometime today. Maybe, if not, then it's all good. It's all good, pandas. With that being said, pandas, hey, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. And trade safe, everybody. As always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.